Morning, students. In this fourth semester in additional English, you have again 5 chapters. Unit number 6 is biography. In this, you have one biographical essay, Shakespeare or the Poet. This is actually lecture by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Then Chandrasekhar Venkataraman. This is again second biography you have. It is by S. Bhagwantam. Then you have 7th unit, short play. In that you are going to study 2 short plays, The Beggar and the King by Winthrop Parkhurst, and the second is Motherly Love by Augustine Burke. Unit number 8 is short story. In that you have A Dog's Tale by Mark Twain and Romeo and Juliet by Charles and Mary Lamb from Tales from Shakespeare. Unit number 9, Citizenship in Republic, Theodore Roosevelt. This is speech actually. Then unit number 9th B is that second speech you have, Diarist with Destiny by Jawaharlal Nehru. Unit number 10 is grammar section. In that you have transformation of complex and compound sentences into simple sentences. So this is all about your syllabus in this semester. The first unit in this semester, that is biography, we are going to start with. See, Shakespeare or the Poet. This is one essay or lecture, or you can say it is one speech by Ralph Waldo Emerson. This speech is about Shakespeare, who is Elizabethan writer, famous writer. And in this essay or in this lecture, we find that Ralph Waldo Emerson tells about the greatness of Shakespeare, and he explains the contribution of Shakespeare to the literature and creative art like drama and stage plays, all. So in this way, this is about Shakespeare. Now we can know this is biography of Shakespeare to some extent, because Ralph Waldo Emerson doesn't focus on that Shakespeare's that birthplace or that means life, actual personal life, but he concentrates on all his works and how these works are original one or creative one, though people or critical people attacked on him that Shakespeare has borrowed so many things from others while writing his own literature, or he has taken themes from other people to write. So Ralph Waldo Emerson in that way defends Shakespeare and tells that Shakespeare is a man who has created so many things by adding what is there as a skeleton, and especially it is his skill that made that literature the world renowned and famous. So in this way, the greatness of Shakespeare is narrated in this particular speech or in this lecture, you can say. So after knowing this much about this first unit you have, now come to the text, this Shakespeare or the Poet, what it is. This text published as a book in 1849. Actually, this is part of one book, that is Representative Men. In this book, we have this essay or lecture, Shakespeare or the Poet. In this book, Representative Men, it encloses the biographies of renowned personalities like Plato, Swedenborg, Montague, Shakespeare, Napoleon, Goethe. So these are the people who are there in this representative men, in this book actually. And all these people, each man stood as a representative of his nation and nationality. So these people are the leader of the nation or the best people from the nation. Ralph Waldo has selected these people, and these, according to him, the leaders or representative of the nations. So the present essay selected from the series of these essays. So representative men, it is a series of essays, and in that William Shakespeare's life is narrated through this particular essay, Shakespeare or the poet. So now it is known to us. So what is this Shakespeare or the poet is? It is a part of this book, Representative Men. So you can go through and you can read this essay because it is somewhat critical in its nature. So William Shakespeare, born in a small town, Stratford upon Avon, he was the son of John Shakespeare and Alderman and Glover. So here he is a son of John Shakespeare, you can know now. Shakespeare that fled the town and started his dramatic career from a stage boy to actor. So why Shakespeare was there in town? To become one actor, and he started his own drama company, and he then became that writer and producer in London. He touched upon each genre, each type of that uh, drama, namely tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy, melodrama, and even poetry. He has written so many things, especially on drama. He has practiced variety of this drama. In that we can find tragedy. Tragedy means what? Drama with some sad ending. Comedy means drama with some that happy ending. Tragicomedy, mixture or blend of tragedy and comedy, and melodrama is there. So here we have so many varieties of drama, and in addition to this, poetry is also written by Shakespeare. Sonnets are there, 154 sonnets, which are very famous sonnets by him. He produced some marvelous plays in his lifetime, and he became a world famous dramatist in that way, and his works earned him eternal fame in the world of literature and history. William Shakespeare is therefore regarded as England's national poet and bard of Avon. It's very, very important. On this you may have MCQ in examination. William Wordsworth is supposed to be national poet, and he is famous as bard means poet. Bard of Avon. Avon is a place, his birthplace, Stratford upon Avon. So he is that poet of Avon. No doubt, Ralph Waldo Emerson appreciated Shakespeare, his outstanding dramatic qualities, open-heartedly, thereby expressing the requirement of national poet and for the United States. So Emerson appreciated Shakespeare in this particular essay, and his outstanding dramatic qualities means Shakespeare's outstanding dramatic qualities. So open-heartedly Emerson appreciated these things, and thereby he expresses the requirement of a national poet for the United States. So he says that for America also Shakespeare can be what? That national poet. So here actually Walt Whitman, you know, that is supposed to be the national poet of America, and here he just expresses the requirement of national poet for the United States. So after that means you have one more thing in addition to this, you can know about American literature, and that Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass is supposed to be an epic of America, and Ralph Waldo Emerson also appreciated that writings of Walt Whitman. So here this is about the text, means about this essay. Which essay? Shakespeare or the poet, which is part of what? Part of this book, Representative Men, published in 1849 by whom? By Ralph Waldo Emerson, who is an American author. So we can know more about this Ralph Waldo Emerson. He was a renowned speaker, scholar, and artist who drove the visionary development of mid-19th century. So Waldo Emerson is from mid-19th century. That span you can see 1803 to 1882. So it's 19th century. His works played a significant, very important role in the development of American literature. So he is the person who is from American literature, and this very important role is there played by him in writing. And this his thought inspired and influenced the political leaders as well as the common masses. See, and his all thoughts he gave through his literature inspired all these political leaders as well, even to the common masses. So Emerson composed on various issues. In that way, you can now study what type of writings Emerson uh, created. That is, he composed on various issues, means problems. Okay, failing to espouse unchanging thoughtful principles, yet building up specific thoughts such as singularity, opportunity, the capacity of humankind to acknowledge nearly anything, and the connection between the spirit and encompassing scene. The transcendentalist is that means Emerson. You know that he has created this or he has started this movement in America, and especially this movement is related to the that thought that God is within us, spirit is soul is important, and soul is part of nature, and in nature we have that mankind and other animals, so there is connection between soul and mankind. So do good to mankind and be spiritual, don't be materialistic. Such is the thought given by Emerson. So this is all about Ralph Waldo Emerson and this particular text, Shakespeare or the poet. So we can stop here and we can continue with the same in the next lecture of ours.